Come on in, come in. I'm so happy that you're here. I look forward to our visit so much. So, if you're new, thank you so much for giving me my channel a chance. I really appreciate it. If you like it, you can like, you can share. Comments are great. I love comments. And please subscribe. I really appreciate that. And those of you that are coming back, thank you so much. You guys keep coming back and it means so much to me. I can't even express how much gratitude I have towards you guys. I really can't. And we're still doing the postcard exchange. So what happens if you send me a postcard? I will be sending you one back. An Aunty Angel on my shoulder postcard with a couple surprises. And the reason we do this, and I'll show the cards, I have two to show, but I'm going to be showing those tomorrow. They're downstairs right now, and I'm just too tired to go back down. I'm sorry. But the reason we do this is to show everybody that we really are part of a community together, and that we take this great big world and make it smaller and closer. Okay? Yeah, and when we get closer to the holidays, I personally celebrate Christmas. But whatever you celebrate, send me a card, and I'll send you a card. And again, it just shows how we can connect with each other. And then around December 20th, I'll cut off the holiday cards for the next part, which is I'm going to make a Christmas wreath out of the cards. And that way I have a keepsake of all of you, which I appreciate. So I thought tonight, it's been a day. It has been a day, guys. My husband and daughter took Bella to the vet. She had to get her teeth checked, and this was an important checkup because if they hadn't gone well, we tried a new food to get her teeth cleaner. She would have to have them cleaned professionally, and that would mean putting her under anesthetic. And we don't know how old she is, and just the whole idea of it just bothers me. And she hates the vet, absolutely hates the vet. So she's mad at them. She loves me today. But it all worked out great. The vet was very pleased with the progress. So yay, something good happened. Okay, so today's been an exhausting day. My tank has been completely empty. But I didn't want to go to sleep until I recorded a video for you guys, because I did promise one. And I thought I would do a read you to sleep. And I thought we'd do the Angels All Around Us book. It's a chicken soup book for the soul book by Amy Newmark. And for those that are new, what happens is I get you ready for some relaxation. We do some breathing exercises too, and get the atmosphere just right for you. And then I never pre-select the story. I open it, and I have faith that it will land on a story that somebody needs to hear tonight. And so far it's working out pretty good. I've heard from quite a few people who told me it resonated with them, so we're going to keep doing it that way. So let's get you ready, shall we? Alright, so first of all, get your atmosphere, your lighting the way you want it. Dark, light, sliver of light, night light, fully bright. Or you can wear a sleep mask. One of the reasons I do books like this is the lack of illustrations. And that way you can just close your eyes and drift while I read to you. You don't have to look at the camera. It's up to you. Okay? Or the phone, whatever. So, get the lighting. The only thing, Aunty Angel only has one rule. No lit candles. Not when you're trying to sleep or relax. It can be dangerous. But you can use the flameless candles. These I got from Amazon, but I know they have them at the dollar store, and they're just battery operated. And I love using them. I really do. Yeah. So once we have the lighting the way that you want it, get yourself comfortable, whether you're in bed or you're on a couch or a chair, a hammock, a haven't been here in a while or are new, we always do our breathing exercises. And here at Aunty Angel's channel, we do these for a reason. We're training our brain so that when we give the signal, which is our breathing, the rest of our body understands it's time to relax and slow down. And our brain will tell the rest of our body what to do. And we can do this when we just want to relax, when we want to sleep, when we feel a panic attack coming, when we're anxious, nervous, or when we just need a moment. If you're working or you're at school and things are feeling overwhelming, take a moment for yourself. Go in a bathroom, a closet, an empty room, whatever. Give yourself this moment. It does not take long. What we do, we breathe in through our nose for a count of 4. We gently hold it for a count of 4. Okay, gently, not just gently. And then we breathe out through pursed lips for a slower count of 4. And we'll do that 3 times. Okay? And you can do it as often as you want. And if you can only manage 1 or 2, just do that. Okay? This is about you. So that's all I care about, guys. Make yourselves comfortable. So let's do this first one together. Ready? Through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Purse lips. Very good. The next set. 2, 3. Gently hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. Last set. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. And out. And guys, keep doing the breathing if you want, or just close your eyes and settle in. Okay? The angel needs her glasses. And I'm just gonna open the book, and I do read looking down so that the glare from my ring light isn't too distracting on my glasses. And if my eye doctor's watching this, I don't do that. Okay. This one is, it sounds good. The day I met an angel. And the quote first is, "Through the eyes of gratitude, everything is a miracle." And that's from Mary Davis. So, I was a single mother of 3 in 1978, living through the recession. I lived close to my mother, so I didn't have to pay for childcare when the kids were out of school. I worked as a waitress for $1.05 an hour plus tips, and I managed to squeak out enough for the necessities. But as the recession worsened, so did my tips. I couldn't really blame the customers, but it sure made things tough. Nevertheless, my faith kept me going. I knew God had a plan, even if He hadn't let me in on it. One morning in August, I sent the kids outside while I neatened up the house. I was thinking about the upcoming school year. They really needed clothes, especially my 2 boys, ages 5 and 7. My younger son, Dave, was wearing his brother's hand-me-downs, but they weren't new when they were his brothers either. And some of them were really unusable now. Suddenly Thomas, my oldest, ran in to tell me that somebody was outside wanting to talk to me. I wondered who it would be, since we didn't get a lot of visitors. A new white Cadillac was parked in the street, and a slim 20-something woman with blonde hair was on our porch. I greeted her, and she asked if I would accept some boxes of clothing. She explained that her son had recently outgrown them, and she was looking for somewhere to donate them when she saw my I will never know who that woman was, or why she had 2 boxes of clothes that appeared to be brand new and were perfect for my children. She may have just been a very kind and generous woman, but I will always believe that she was an angel sent by God, whether he sent her from heaven or just from across town. I'll never know, but either way, she helped us when we needed it the most. Jackie Eller. That's a great one. And what I really like about this story too, to me there were 2 angels in that. There was the lady that gave the clothes, and there was the lady that received them. Because sometimes we are very good at giving, but we suck at receiving. She could have been upset. She could have said, "How dare you think I need your clothes?" She could have felt ashamed or thought it was charity instead of just one person helping another person. And that's all it was. So the fact that she was a good receiver makes her an angel in my book too. So I think we have time for one more. Let's see, we'll go closer to the front of the book. I'm okay now. And the quote at the beginning is from from the television show Fringe. When you open your mind to the impossible, sometimes you find the truth. She asked if she could speak with me after school. It was my first year as a high school English teacher, and the first time this student had ever wanted to speak to me. Sure enough, at the end of the school day, she walked into my classroom. "Mr. Schultz, you have to promise me that you won't make fun of me for what I'm about to tell you." "Of course I won't. What did you want to talk to me about?" She said, "I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone before. I come from a family of mediums." Foolishly, I blurted out, "You mean like little people?" Unnerved, she said, No, mediums can see dead people. You know how you were reading that letter in class today about your friend Brandon who died? He was standing next to you while you were reading it." Now she had my attention. I looked around the room for hidden cameras, as though this might be some kind of new teacher initiation. But everything looked exactly how it was supposed to. In class, we were doing an assignment called "The Letter You Wish You Sent," about reaching out to another who's in trouble or letting them know how we feel. I told them the story of my best friend from middle school, Brandon, who got into drinking and drugs in high school, and he ended up dying from them a few years later. My letter to him shared how much he had meant to me and how sorry I was that he had gotten into such a dark place, and that I wish I could have saved him. I never showed them a photo of Brandon, but this student started describing him exactly. She described his bowl haircut and his corduroy shorts. Then she asked if I could use my board to write on. She explained that she would receive random sayings and numbers, but she didn't always know what they meant, and maybe I could figure them out. She wrote 1996, 2/6, Tish, Masuda, Bulldog, and some other stuff. She asked if they made any sense to me. I could not believe what I was seeing. I said I met Brandon in 1996 in second period. We sat next to each other in Mrs. Tischer's 6th grade English class at Masuda Middle School, and my nickname for him was Bulldog. I've never experienced anything like it. How could this be real? And she said, angels are with us more than we realize. She said Brandon wanted me to have this message. I'm okay now. You don't have to worry about me anymore. There's nothing you could have done. I feel your love still, and I'm okay now. I had chills. She said I wasn't going to say anything, but he really wanted me to give you that message. Your letter meant a lot to him, and how you keep him alive by telling his story to us. I thanked her, and she left like it was no big deal. Immediately, I went and asked several of my fellow teachers to come into my classroom and looked at the board while I explained what had happened. I kept asking if this was a prank. Were they in on this, or had they heard of it before? But they denied any involvement and shared my disbelief. The student never said another word the rest of the semester, but I guess she didn't need to. I'd been teaching for 10 years now, and no student's words have ever affected me like the words that girl spoke. I love how, as an angel, Brandon took the form of how he looked when I knew him best, the innocent, fun-loving child who helped me out and taught me not to be scared and shy, because he was boisterous and brave. Every year, I still do that assignment. I continue to read my letter to Brandon and tell his story. I show pictures of him too, and every time I read that letter, I wonder if the little bulldog with the bowl-cut hair and corduroy shorts, with whom I used to play basketball and have sleepovers, is still standing next to me listening. But thanks to the brave girl who dared to speak her truth to her teacher a decade ago, I don't have to wonder anymore about how my friend is faring. I know that he's okay now. And that was written by Steve Schultz. Okay, guys. I always say that this story will find the person that needs it. Well, today it was me. Today is the 20th anniversary of my first pregnancy loss. We tried very hard to get pregnant. So when we did, we were so excited. And it ended up being an ectopic pregnancy that was quite far along. And I ended up having emergency surgery to basically save my life. And today I said a prayer. I wanted them to know I haven't forgotten them, ever. Any of them. We lost 4 in total, so I don't forget any of them. And as far as I'm concerned, I just got my answer. So yeah. And I can now smile and feel warm about my memories of that time. And I remember the kindness of people. I really do. And in fact, my husband and I were just talking about it in the car earlier. And I said that's what I remember, the kindness of people. And my poor husband, he was taking me home from the hospital. And he had to work in the afternoon. And my parents were coming to stay with me. And he said, "Is there anything you want?" And I said, "I would love a chocolate milkshake, please." Okay. We stopped at 5 places. Nobody's milkshake was working. I'm not joking. Some were broken, some were out of chocolate, and by that point I was very uncomfortable. And I just wanted to get home and lay down. And I said to him, "Can we just go home?" "No, you asked for a chocolate milkshake." And we ended up finding like a diner, and he went in and asked if they had chocolate milkshakes. And the man behind the counter made me probably the absolute best milkshake I've ever had. So yeah, angels come in all forms, guys. And I hope that when you need your angel, they're right there for you. And when you're called to be the angel for somebody, because there's angels walking among us. We all get asked to be used as an angel now and again. I hope you can. Now, hopefully most of you didn't even hear this little story that I just told you because you're asleep. those of you that are still awake, go to sleep. Close your eyes, guys. Take your breaths again and go to that place right in between awake and asleep. Reach out and grab the dream that you want to dream tonight. The sweetest dream. The one you'd like to keep dreaming about. It's right there for you. Now close your eyes and drift. And remember, I love you. I value you. I honor you. And I am so very glad that you were born. And this world is better with you in it. My tomorrows are better with you in it.